Hello again, this is Sam with Blind Shell. Today we're going to talk about how to send and receive text messages on the Blind Shell Classic mobile phone. So if we want to send a text message, it's very easy. We have two options really. The first option is to use our voice to initiate sending a text message. I've shown this in another video talking about voice control on the phone, but I'll go ahead and show it again. So you want to long press either of your voice buttons. Just a refresher, that is the upper left volume button or the upper right volume button. You just long press. The phone will say that it listens after a beep. After the beep, you can give your command and send a text message that way. So, long pressing the volume button.
I listen after a beep.
Send a text message to Sam.
Opening text message for Sam. Please dictate your message.
Good morning.
To Sam, text good morning. Do you want to send this message?
Now, this is the only part of the process you can't do with your voice. It just says, do you want to send the text message? And all you have to do is press the OK button or the green answer call button, which is the second one down on the left. I just find it easier to push the OK button. It's an easier button to find just by feel, so I'm going to push that one.
Message sent. Call 1 of 9.
And then we just got a text message on my other phone. So that's the first way to send a text message. The second way is kind of the old-fashioned way, but we're going to go into the messaging section of the main menu here. We're going to click to the right.
Messages 2 of 9.
There it is, and we're going to click OK.
Write SMS to contact 1 of 6.
So we can choose a contact to send a text message to.
Write SMS to number 2 of 6.
We can just put in a phone number to send a text message to.
Write SMS to multiple recipients 3 of 6.
We can send like a group message.
Conversations 4 of 6.
All the conversations that I'm having, all the text messages I receive are going to be in this section, in the conversations section.
Drafts 5 of 6.
We have drafts.
Messaging settings 6 of 6.
And then we can go in and play around with the messaging settings. So let's go ahead.
Write SMS to contact 1 of 6.
And we'll do the write SMS to contact.
Sam 1 of 2.
And then my other phone is in here, so we'll just click OK.
Text.
And now that brings us into our text field, and we can enter in whatever the message we want to. You can type it out on the keypad. Keep in mind that this is the T9 style keypad, so if you wanted to say hello, it would be
Capital G, capital H, D, E, J, K, L, J, K, L, M, N, O.
And it takes a little practice, but that's classic style of texting. It comes back to you, and eventually, with some practice, you get pretty quick navigating the keypad there.
Space. Hello.
As you see, it dictates each letter as you put it in. When you put in a space, it will read out the word to you. So that's one way. The other way is to dictate your message. And once again, we want to long press one of our voice buttons, the top upper left button or the upper right button. This time we won't get a message, we'll just hear a beep. And once we hear that beep, the phone is listening. And so we need to go ahead and dictate our message. If you would like to learn more about dictating and using the voice controls, please follow along with our voice control tutorial. How are you? Question mark.
How are you?
So, it put in what I said. Now, without being able to see the screen, I'm not sure if it got all of the message, if it had that part from before. So an easy way to check is to simply press down on the directional pad. This works anywhere in the phone. Anytime you press down, it just reads what's on the screen.
Text. Hello, how are you? 142 characters remaining to second message.
Okay, so it looks good. We're there. So I'm going to press OK because I'm done with entering in the text.
Send message 1 of 3.
I can send the message.
Save to drafts 2 of 3.
I can save this as a draft.
Discard message 3 of 3.
Or I can throw away this message.
Send message 1 of 3.
But I want to go ahead and send it.
Message sent. Write SMS to contact 1 of 6.
And we should get the message pop up here. There it is. So that is how to send a text message. What about receiving a text message? All right, now that the phone has gone to sleep, I'm going to send a text message. And there we go. I just received the notification saying that something's come in. So we're going to wake up the phone.
Call 1 of 9. 1 new notification. 9:11 a.m. February 19th, 2020.
So I got all my normal status information when I woke up the phone, but it also said 1 new notification. So I'm going to scroll to the left to my notifications.
Turn off the phone. 1 new notification. 8 of 9.
Click OK.
Message from Sam. 0 minutes ago. 1 of 2.
Tells me that I got a message from Sam and how long ago I got it. So I'm going to click OK.
Incoming. I'm doing great. How are you? 1 minute ago. 1 of 12.
So it reads out the text message to me, tells me when I received that text message, and then how many other messages I have in this conversation. So I have 12 messages in this conversation with myself. So now if I go back,
No item. No notifications. 8 of 9.
you see that it removes it from the notifications list, but it didn't delete the message. If I go into my text
Turn
messages,
off the phone. Call 1 of 9. Messages 2 of 9.
click OK.
Write SMS to contact 1 of 6.
And if I go to conversations,
Write SMS conversations 4 of 6. Conversation with Sam 1 of 7.
my most recent conversation, my most recent text message is going to be first, and that was the message I just got. So I'm going to click OK.
Incoming. I'm doing great. How are you? 2 minutes ago. 1 of 12.
And here's that last text message. If I scroll to the right, because it said this was 1 of 12,
Outgoing. Sending. Hello, how are you? 3 minutes ago. 2 of 12.
I can go back and read my previous messages, and it tells me if it was an incoming message or an outgoing message. Now, if I click on this message, I get some options.
Reply. 1 of 5.
I can reply.
Forward. 2 of 5.
I can forward this to another phone number.
Call. 3 of 5.
I can call this person.
Delete. 4 of 5.
I can delete this one text message.
Delete conversation. 5 of 5.
Or I can go in and delete the entire conversation. So all 12 text messages in this conversation, I can delete them all at once. So that is how to send and receive text messages on the Blind Shell Classic. Very easy and straightforward method. If you have any questions about what your Blind Shell Classic can do, be sure to head over to our YouTube page and check out all of our tutorials.